Hey guys, Jarek and Buki, you're going to be doing some more Halo. This time we're doing some Halo 2, actually Halo 3 on Midship. Midship threw me off. Told I was going to call it Halo 2. Oh, it's Midship, who cares?
It is Midship.
I still don't understand why they feel the need to change the name of the map every time they remake the level.
So it's iconic to the game, you know? Like,
whatever. Everyone's just calling
it,
everyone's going to call it Midship, just as everyone's going to call Last Resort Zanzibar. Or Stone Town. I mean...
I totally do that myself. So I always get Beaver Creek and Battle Creek mixed up. So
this asshole, that guy, was doing nothing but sticking people the entire game, and that is my one problem I have with Midship, is all people do is stick.
It's even worse in Halo 3 than it was in Halo 2 because the grenades explode so much faster.
But yeah, this game, I was doing flat out horrible. I was like last on the list, last on the team, doing bad. Somehow stumbled into a sword and then suddenly turned into God because the sword's OP.
We were trying so hard to be so coordinated in this game.
I was just trying to get behind them.
Yeah.
Also, is it just me or does the SMG seem like smaller in Halo 3 than it did in Halo 2?
It does seem a little bit smaller. I think it's the animation though. The animations are like way different. Like in Halo 2, the animations are kind of like really messed up because they're pointing to the center of the screen, so the guns look a little bit bigger. Whereas here they're more oriented toward the reticule itself.
I don't think the FOV is any different either.
It could be. I'm not sure.
I think it's 78 in both.
It may be. I think it's 78 across the board. I could be wrong about that. I think Halo 1 was 70, I want to say.
God, Halo 1 on PC, I refuse to play without an FOV fix. Like, it's just no.
110 or bust. Seriously.
I run standard 1920 by 1080, so I prefer to have around 101. So that seems to be about perfect for me. But yeah, being able to adjust your FOV, something that only PC gamers will be able to fully use, and then once you use it, you're never going back.
Come on,
and I got stuck again. Actually, oh, double kill. Eat it.
Easy.
Feels so much better to do that after someone sticks you.
Yes.
I was getting like so frustrated at just getting stuck every 5 seconds because that's all that person was doing. What was I talking about now? That made me lose my train of thought.
FOV sliders.
Yes, my goodness. Yes. This is something that like a lot of console players are like, what? I don't see what the problem is. Why do I need to raise my FOV? It looks perfectly fine. Never. It fucking stuck me again.
Of course.
Never just accept perfectly fine. Like, push things forward. Like, until you get a higher FOV, you don't quite realize how good it is. Especially for shooters.
You know, for next-gen consoles and all this complex hardware that they've got going in...
Quote-unquote like, complex.
Yeah. They seem to be, like, simplifying their games a lot, as opposed to what PC users are capable of. Like, PC users can turn off all these crazy graphical settings and tweak their FOV and do all of these crazy, like, key bindings that you can't do with a controller and all of this stuff. And, you know, honestly, I'd like to see that sort of customization in console games.
But that'll never happen because they're trying to get as much out of it as they can, and they know that it really can't handle anything. It's fucking sticking me like crazy.
Of course.
I have 4 kills at this point, and it's like halfway through the game. So keep that in mind. I started doing a lot better suddenly.
You went clutch with the duels here.
At some point I stumbled across the sword, and that's honestly the reason I started doing better. I do love dual wielding though. Like, even if I'm doing team BRs, like that guy had a battle rifle and I could still kill him easily.
They don't expect it.
It's effective, especially in Halo 3. Like, Halo 3 did a much better job balancing and dual wielding than Halo 2 did. I think
in Halo 2 were just like, so you have to be point blank with everything except for the BR and snipe in Halo 2.
Yeah, I could use dual wielding in Halo 2 actually quite effectively, but really the only reason you can is just because the lunge range is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Without that lunge range, it would be even more useless than it already is. Because if you have a BR, why use anything else?
Come on, get that stab. Oh.
Yeah, you have to know when to back away or when to approach.
Of course.
I play fairly smart. I am not going to just run in and then people were gonna be stupid and oblivious if he just... I literally walked around the room, and he had no idea where I went. And he has a radar.
He was too focused. He was too focused on getting that kill. But yeah, Halo 3 is kind of interesting. They actually kind of took the weapons and gave them a little bit more range while making melee more of a close quarters kind of thing. So
that guy thought he was going to be smooth because he had a sword too.
Yeah.
Since when are there 2 swords in this map? Like, when did that happen?
I don't know how that happened, actually. I think another one might have spawned, but that doesn't make sense.
I believe at this point I stuck someone here with that. Yeah, I stuck someone.
Easy.
Just random lob. So, what were you saying about the Halo 3 weapons?
Oh, I was saying that, they seem to try to push them to be more longer range than in Halo 2.
It definitely seems to be... Halo 2 seems to be either you're in their face or you're farther away. Halo 3 seems to be more of like a medium range combat game.
Yes.
Also, bubble shield and sword. Best combination. And this guy, I don't know what the hell he's thinking. Oh, he has a sword. Let me just run right into the bubble shield.
Yeah, that was genius.
Their entire team was kind of... Their entire team really wasn't paying attention. Shit, I'm out of sword. So that's kind of when it started doing better. I was doing absolutely garbage up until this point. Like, getting mad. Mainly just because of all the sticks. Like, the game itself wasn't really that infuriating. But my goodness, could you do something other than throw grenades? See, look, he's going for it again. And this made me pissed off. Like, how did none of those hit?
I have no idea.
Sometimes online games, and they're... I don't understand when stuff like that happens. But I got revenge immediately, so whatever.
It was all worth it.
Something that's always amusing is, like, if you look at this, you don't really think anything about it, and then you compare it to Halo 2, and it's like, huh, that was a significant increase in graphical fidelity. I was just going to say significant increase in graphics, but that just sounds weird.
You know, I will say
they applied more graphics to the graphics.
Halo 3, even today, looks pretty good.
Yeah, but the only real reason it does is because it's like, we haven't pushed anything far. You compare it to Crysis and it looks like shit.
That's true, that's true. Crysis was definitely ahead of its time.
Yeah, and even Crysis 3, which looks great, don't get me wrong, but compared to Crysis 1, it didn't really push that much farther. It just improved on the engine it already had, really.
Huh?
Which, I mean, to an extent is what everyone really does, but it wasn't like that significant, is what I mean.
Gotcha,
like, they fixed a lot of things, like the lighting was a pretty big improvement from Crysis 1. That's the main thing you can tell, lighting and shadows. But other than that, same engine, looks beautiful, but what are you gonna do?
Yep.
Anyway, there's been some more Halo. Hope you guys have enjoyed it.